Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to bring you the Division video. What I've guessed today is this week's City Game synopsis. Really quickly, I do want to say if you want to watch the full live stream, I will have a link in the description. You guys can check it out. It was about 15 minutes or so. It is pretty long, but once again, if you are just interested in that, check out the description once again. But if you are here for the recap or the highlights, you are in the right spot. So if you guys do enjoy the video or find it helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for my videos, and let's get right into this. Alright, so the first thing that was actually talked about was Seasons, and Seasons is actually something that is coming out with the Warlords of New York expansion. A quick breakdown of what Seasons is and how it's going to function is once you finish the story of Warlords of New York and reach the new level 40 endgame, Seasons bring further progressional opportunities and playstyles starting 1 week after the release of Warlords of New York and lasting 3 months. Seasons revolve around the Manhunt, a multi-step journey hunting down rogue agents. Players can also look forward to reimagined global events, new gear, leagues, and apparel. So this is pretty much the image we actually received yesterday of how this is going to function. Obviously, this is still a kind of work in progress, so some things might be a little bit different once this officially drops. But this is pretty much the screen of how Seasons is. And again, this is going to be lasting for 3 months, which is pretty good, I would say. It's not something that's going to only last a weekend or a couple days, because obviously some people do have work and some people might not have time to actually play this for a weekend or two. So this actually lasting 12 weeks is something, in my opinion, really good. So yeah, this is Seasons. Also, they did say on the study game that you will have a opportunity to buy this or purchase this or use real money to upgrade your season, I guess, in a way. This is pretty much a very similar way of how the battle pass works from like Fortnite or Call of Duty. Have you guys played those games? You have obviously the battle pass, you have your standard edition that you still get rewards, you still are getting what's on the battle pass, but if you pay for it, you're just going to get more of those rewards. It is obviously non-game impacting gear or weapons, so it's all cosmetic, it's all just like materials and stuff like that if you decide to use actual money. But once again, pretty cool in my opinion, really good kind of addition. Obviously, it's going to give you something else to do if you finish everything, if you have the best builds or whatever in the game. This is something you'll be able to do and get yourself some unique rewards, cosmetics, and stuff like that. The next thing that was actually mentioned was the new SHT Leveling System coming into the Division 2. So as you guys know, now earning XP is not really the most important thing in the game at all. Like, yeah, you'll be able to get more proficiency caches and stuff like that, but besides that, there's really no point for XP after level 30. And with this new system, it's actually going to be something you will have to prioritize, in my opinion, because the new system will let you level up your offensive, defensive, utility, and handling kind of statistics on your character. This will be featured like in your watch on your wrist, and you can go to this, use your XP that you have collected by doing missions or just playing the game, and you will be able to upgrade different stats of that watch. So again, you have offensive, defensive, utility, and handling. They did say that this is not going to be something that will make your character really overpowered if you have everything unlocked, but obviously, the more things you have unlocked, the more things you have upgraded, the better your character will be in the game. So again, this is pretty much going to be the new focus, where your experience will be going if you collect it in missions or just playing the game in general. Pretty good idea, I would say. This reminds me of a similar game I used to play in the past. Like, you were farming missions as well, or like you were doing story mode, and then all the XP you were upgrading into kind of your character, into different abilities you were able to kind of spec in. So very similar kind of process, but I do think this is something that will benefit a lot of players, especially if you are getting into those harder kind of difficulties, like for the raid or something like that. You will definitely want to have your character kind of upgraded with this system. Also, within this watch, there's going to be a new scavenging mechanic. Pretty much it's going to let you get more credits, materials, and other resources if you have it upgraded in your watch. Also, by upgrading scavenging in your watch, it's going to make your watch look a little bit cooler as well. So that's really cool. Again, if you are just farming for materials and stuff like that, the higher the scavenging you will have, the more materials you'll be collecting and being able to find. So once again, that's pretty much the new SHT leveling system that is coming with the Division 2. Up next, they actually talked about Directives coming back to the Division 2, and this is something I really miss from the Division 1 Underground. You guys remember if you played that game, you had directives, you were able to put different directives on for better rewards and just more XP. That is coming back into the Division 2. It's going to be pretty much the same way of how it worked in the Division 1, and for every mission you will have a directive screen. This is pretty much how it's going to look, and you will have different directives you'll be able to select, like ammo hoarders, cool skills, fog of war, no regen, and special ammo. Obviously, the more directives you do select, the harder the mission is going to be, but also the more XP you'll be getting from the mission, and just overall the more rewards you'll be getting from that mission. They also showed the new global difficulty, so you'll be able to change your entire difficulty of the map. You can have it on normal, hard, challenging, or heroic. Obviously, if it's on heroic, you're going to be getting way better stuff from the open world when you kill NPCs and stuff like that. But obviously, it's going to be way easier for you to die from pretty much everything. And you can also see, if you do put on heroic, what changes and what happens pretty much to the NPCs. So you get heavy enemy damage increase, heavy enemy armor increase, heavy enemy veterancy increase, and respawn restricted. So really cool. I know this is something, once again, a lot of people really wanted, was a kind of global difficulty to be shown with with the map. So really good addition in my opinion, and something I am 100% looking forward to. The last thing that was actually talked about was the Dark Zone, and what they're doing with the Dark Zone is they're pushing it more now towards players who are actually ready to fight other players, but also they're giving opportunities to progress in the DZ by attacking or helping other people. So you're not only going to be rewarded for killing agents or doing landmarks or doing this or that, but you can also get rewarded now by helping other people. If they are down, you can revive them, you will be rewarded for that. Also, if a person is extracting an item or whatever, if you chill by the extraction, if you help them extract, you will be rewarded for that as well. So you can pretty much play as the good person, you could also play as the bad person in the DZ, and you will be rewarded for both of those kind of playstyles. They also said that there's no new Dark Zone in NYC. The 3 Dark Zones we have in Washington, D.C. are pretty much the ones we are getting in the game, and for now, this is what we have. They also tried increasing the player cap to 16 for each of the Dark Zones, but in their opinions, it didn't work out, so the player cap will remain at 12. And the last thing is that there's no more specialization ammo in the DZ, which in my opinion is a great change, great news, because obviously specialization ammo was pretty crazy sometimes, especially if people were using the grenade launcher or whatever. That was really good and very strong in the Dark Zone. So yeah, that is pretty much everything for the stated game highlights. This is pretty much everything that is worth mentioning in my opinion. Once again, the full live stream will be in the description if you want to check it out by yourself. But for the highlights, for the recap, this is pretty much everything that I have. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this highlight / recap video of the stated game. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.